Hello guys, welcome back to Frozen Gaming, and today I'm sharing a giant raid challenge with you all guys, which is Super Giant Challenge, the new challenge. This deck I'm using with the Giant Mini P.E.K.K.A, Fireball, Zap, Barbarian Hut, and then Skeleton Army, Wizard, and Night Witch. So Wizard is for slowing down that raised up giant, and the Night Witch for the Night Witch to counter that giant, and also the bats will clear it the other things off, and Mini P.E.K.K.A for also the counter the giant, and I think only Barbarian Hut is the building that can stop that giant. Otherwise, all and not we don't have any building to counter that raised up giant so effectively. So I put the barb hut here, and ice wizard to slow that raised up giant a little bit. And now let's focus on the match, so I can share you some tips how you can use this deck. So at this time, I cycle my Night Witch in the back, so knowing that opponent has Electro Wizard and Giant and some more things. So I am just going aggressive here, because if the opponent has Skeleton Army, I can zap that Skeleton Army, and yeah, here is the zap, and I can zap that Skeleton Army and take easy damage. Yeah, look at that guys, if you have the little bit HP of giant and you are thinking it's not taking hit, it's a raised one, so it will give you so much damage. So don't just let that go. Take one or two hits or anything which you are getting, and make sure that opponent can't break through your tower, because if opponent take 3 hits also, it will take 600 damage to 700 damage, so it's tough. So here I cycled my ice wizard in the back, and then going with the Mini P.E.K.K.A. He countered that with Mini P.E.K.K.A. Mini P.E.K.K.A is coming, so I used my Barbarian Hut. I think I'm because he's attacking me in the left side, so I put my Barb Hut in the left side, and it's also distracting that X-Bow. So right now I'm thinking to take out his X-Bow, but I don't have Fireball in the cycle, so I cycled my Night Witch in the back and dropped that giant to block that wizard, and going with the Skeleton Army, as I know that he don't have any answers to my Skeleton Army, and then going with the Mini P.E.K.K.A, Ice Wizard, Night Witch push, which taken easily by our opponent, but he managed to stop his push. So we only need 548 damage, which we can get by Fireball and Zap Cycle, and also taking by giant hits. So here I Fireball the X-Bow, because I don't want that X-Bow to take out many troops from my side, so I Fireball that X-Bow, and right now he is coming with a push, so I defended with the Night Witch, putting the Night Witch in the back, Wizard in the middle, and Skeleton Army. So giant didn't take any hit, and I easily countered that giant. Now I can go with my own giant, because I have Night Witch and Wizard alive. So in this deck guys, you have to be focused on that thing, that use your troops in counter attack, like first defended the opponent's push, and then going with the counter attack, so you can easily take the wins. And one more tip for you guys in this challenge: if you are using this type of deck, any deck, so just going aggressive with the giants when you know that opponent don't have enough elixir to counter that, because if you don't go like aggressive, then opponent can easily take out your tower by again and again pushing your giant to your tower. So you also have to be aggressive a little bit in this challenge, because that giant, raised up giant will take too much damage, and in later time you can't break through and can't take damage. So yeah, he's BMing, so I muted my that emoji. So now we are waiting for the opponent, so what he will do. So guys, yeah, that's the tip. First defended and then attack, and second one is by knowing opponent cycle, be little bit aggressive, not too much aggressive, only little bit aggressive when you know that opponent don't have elixir or don't have good troops in hand. Now I see Sparky in the back, so I am little bit afraid, because I don't have any air troops, but I know that I can counter that Sparky with the Skeleton Army, and I also have Zap, so I am not that worried. But yeah, a little bit worried in the starting, so played Ice Wizard in the back and Skeleton Army in the front. So he also gave me some more value by placing that Mini P.E.K.K.A and that Dark Prince in that push. So now I am going with my own Mini P.E.K.K.A to stop that Mini P.E.K.K.A and Dark Prince, and going with the giant. Look guys, here I am aggressive and using my counter push to counter push. He plays his skeleton dragons very far, so I can't fireball the musketeer and skeleton dragons at the same time. So yeah, that's a good opponent by move. So I take out his skeleton dragons by Ice Wizard. Opponent knew that I don't have enough elixir, so he gone with the giant in the left lane, but I countered with skeleton army as he don't have zap, arrows, anything to counter that. So yeah, I countered that giant pretty well, and now Dark Prince is coming. I want to put that Barbarian Hut in the left side, but oops, I missed that Barbarian Hut and also zap because of my net. So yeah, that's a huge problem, network issue. No problem. I can again go with my Night Witch, so the bats can take. He is giving me so much nice fireball value here by Skeleton Dragons, Musketeer, and then the Sparky. So here my net die and the bats can clear it off. And then going with the Ice Wizard, Barbarian, and again drop my net witch so that Sparky didn't hit my Ice Wizard. Again going with the using that counter push, and right now I'm one fireball, one zap away, but I want to pressure a little bit so he can't take my tower or he can't build the push in the last seconds. So yeah, that's it. GG. GG to our opponent, and let's jump into the next match. So yeah guys, I covered almost all the things in this deck. The skeleton army I put because some people don't have any counter to skeleton army because he already used the zap to kill that knight with bats and the other stuff. So I used skeleton army and barbarian hut to stop that raised giant, and ice wizard to slow it down, and night witch to counter to push little bit more, because night witch is I think night witch is too annoying to face by our opponent and also by us. So opponent is BMing me, so I muted and wait for his reaction, what he will do. Yeah guys, so night witch is pretty much very difficult to deal with, and I also put mini P.E.K.K.A to counter that raised up giant faster, because we only have mini P.E.K.K.A and P.E.K.K.A to counter that giant in effective ways, but if you use P.E.K.K.A then this deck will be too heavy, because giant is the compulsory card we have to play. So I used mini P.E.K.K.A here, and the opponent is not going, so I am waiting till 1 minute, and then in 2 minutes I am going with my night witch in the back, and then maybe build a push if opponent don't do anything. So he goes with the Sparky again, a little bit worried, but I know I can zap the Sparky and take it out by mini P.E.K.K.A. So going in the left lane by giant, so he can't build a huge push by placing that giant in front of Sparky. So guys, look at that, in left side we are getting too much damage, because I told earlier, if you have zap, just go with the giant, because almost all the guys are using skeleton army in this challenge, and so you can zap that skeleton army and take easy damage. So I take out his left tower in 635 HP and counter that right side by skeleton army and then mini P.E.K.K.A, and then again going with night witch, because I don't have anything and I don't want to give opponent little bit damage so he can take out my tower. So now I know that he will place that giant in front of that Sparky. So right now my push is coming, so I placed my bar hut in the middle, one tile back, so that Sparky didn't attack directly, and Ice Wizard to slow that raised up giant a little bit. The skeleton army take out by Sparky, but I placed mini P.E.K.K.A to counter it, and this Sparky is almost melted, and now I use that counter my attack in counter attack as my troops in counter attack. So yeah, again placing a barbard so I can defend this giant push. Right now I'm focusing on defending because I have 635 HP left which taken out by 2 fireball 2 zap, or most probably 3 fireball 1 zap. So yeah, now the 10 seconds left, I am going with the giant night witch push, because I know I only have to take his tower, and opponent is used his giant, so he can't go again with the giant, and my barbart is also there. So guys, now, by this way you can win this challenge. It's a easy challenge, you all can win by this deck. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you are new, and hit the bell icon. Bye bye, see you in the next video.